The ability to examine items and objects in RuneScape is one of the really cool features of the game, and you can do it to basically anything. For instance, I can see this cow converts grass to beef. This master crafter works in the crafting guild. Not all that much information there. This one wanders around pretending to work. I actually didn't even know about that. I was just filming an intro, making a point. That's awesome, but that demonstrates the point. There's a lot of life in the ability to examine stuff in this game, and you can get some more information about things, like these opal bolt tips. I wonder what more information I can glean about them. Oh, opal bolt tips. Excellent. All right, that one I did know about going into filming this, I'll be honest. But I thought it'd be fun today to just go through some of my favorites, pop culture references, just kind of puns worked into the examines, and I'm sure I forgot some, so be sure to rage at me down in the comments below that I left off your favorite and let me know what I missed out on. With that, let's get into the video. Now, way back in the day, the evil chicken used to terrorize a lot of us when we were younger. Unfortunately, he's been relegated over here to the Champions Guild, but he is still one foul beast. Okay, so I've actually been discovering a few pretty good ones just filming this video. We'll get to the meat pie in a second, that's what I knew about, but I bought it at the Chef's Guild here, and if you examine the head chef, despite his name, he rarely actually cooks heads. I would encourage you guys to just examine as much as you can in this game, because there's a lot of gems out there. Anyways, on to the meat pie. Now, it's not for vegetarians, that makes sense enough, but if you eat it, you are left with half a meat pie, and then you check it out again, and half of it is suitable for vegetarians. Doesn't specify which half. I'll leave that one up to you all. Place your bets down below. Let me know in the comments which half you think it is. Next up, we've got the Camo Outfit from those random events. Now, obviously, this is made to blend you in, and the clothing is effectively completely invisible, as the game hints at with the examine text, and when you put on the full outfit, you get this cool Easter egg, as the game knows that you are now one with John Cena. He's gonna get the Moving on up to a category that is near and dear to my own heart, puns related to alcohol. Now, if you come to Hosidius and check out this big beer barrel in this pub, it's full of beer, a state to which many people aspire. Love that. However, I am like these farmers. I don't let my dreams stay dreams. I chase my goals. So that's just a state of mind for me. I'm right along with these drunken farmers, and they've got a few pretty funny texts as well that we should go through. Civilized schmivilized. Love it. Now, I genuinely do not know how I end up on Brain Death Isle in like 80% of the videos I make, but as you do the rum deal quest, there's another fun pun, this one having to do with liquor. When you fight the evil spirit in the quest, it says, "This pun was intended." Love it. They had a sense of humor back then. It was also really funny how they added these fever spiders into the game as a slayer monster, and they literally dropped nothing except a 1 in 15 shot at a Quarm. That's awesome. If you want to learn more about that, I made a video where I killed obscure Slayer monsters, and these were one of them. Check that out, attached now. Yeah, that was a sick segue, I know. Let's check out the next one. There's a few fun ways to answer someone who asks a question that obviously is answered yes. One is the Pope Catholic. Another option, I don't know. Does a bear shit in the woods? Now, here in the wilderness, we have some bear droppings that give us an answer to that question. Now you know. As an added bonus, when someone asks me a question that I'm uncertain about, I like to combine those two and ask them if the Pope shits in the woods. Just a little fun fact. Now, this next one is going to be in Toa, and it was in the thumbnail, so you already know what we're doing, but basically just load up your Toa, whatever you normally do. We don't need to finish the raid, so just take whatever invos are already on there for you. For me, it's a 600 because that's what I usually solo, don't at me. And you can see these skeletons in the outside room. They say, poor guy. Pretty standard, he is dead, that's very unfortunate. But if you come into the het puzzle and you examine these guys, we get a little Easter egg where they just say, F. And if that one needs to be explained to you, you're not a real gamer. Keeping in line with the skeleton theme from our last clip, we are here in Elvarg's Lair, the OG boss fight and the most difficult quest boss to date. Dragon Slayer 2 didn't really hold up, and Desert Treasure 2, those things are basically just hobgoblins. Now, clearly, in the room here, we can see some other people who tried to take out Eldvarg before us, and they've got some pretty funny text. This one here is my favorite. I'm sure that he died of natural causes, you know, like a massive dragon or something. Technically, dragons are natural. They're living creatures, so I'd say it's technically true. And this guy over here, little fun hint at grave robbing. He wouldn't mind us checking for his wallet now. I'd always recommend examining the skeletons in quests. Now, I've already finished this one, but I'll throw up on screen in Deaths of Despair. If you examine one of those skeletons, it gives you a little quip about wondering why they didn't go back to Lumbridge. Now, personally, I can't relate on going back to Lumbridge when I die because I'm fucking rich and I paid 5 mil to go to Edgeville, so I don't vibe with those broke boys, but I guess that's what some people still do. Now, this next one is quite a doozy. A soaked page, you can get that from Temperos, and if you examine this guy, it's not the most charming text. It feels clammy, like secondhand toilet paper. Kind of weird, but whatever. But there's an extension of this. Now, there is one toilet that I know of in Gillinor, south of Hosidius, and there's a man on this toilet. If you use the soaked page with the man, he lets you know that he's seen that one before, and it's yours now. So I don't think it's soaked only because it was in the water at Temperos. I'll let you extrapolate the meaning of that one for yourself. But yeah, I was kind of surprised this one even exists. Now, if you've ever been impling hunting in Puro Puro, you know that these mazes kind of grow and fall apart randomly. If you happen to catch a segment right as it's sprouting up, you'll get the text, "Kids grow up fast these days." And if you examine one as it's falling apart, you'll see, "Life is short and then we die." Very uplifting message, not particularly funny, but I thought it was worth including. And I do think it's a nod to my man Nas out there, life's a bitch and then you die. So I appreciate that one. I thought I'd throw it in. In the low levels of the wilderness, there's a ton of these signs posted up, which if you examine them, stop examining signs, you're in the wilderness now. Not today's sign. I think I'm going to get clawed out by someone on my way to the abyss for 28 pure essence. Sounds more fun to me. Now, if you're a fan of Slayer like me, you're familiar with aberrant and deviant specters. The examine text here, it's a very smelly ghost, not too interesting, but both have superior versions which share an examine text, and you're out of your mind if you think I'm going to get a Slayer task and then get a superior just for this video, but I will throw it up on screen. It says, "I'd smell better after completing 3,145 laps of an agility course dressed as a monkey." Now, I don't know where they pulled that number from, but I guess those things smell roughly as bad as completing 3,146 laps, and that's just where the cutoff is. That's the best information I can glean, but I thought this was a good one as well. Now, coming up to the Motherlode Mine next, in the northeast corner, we've got washed up Mario as a miner over here. Secretly, he'd like to rescue princesses and eat mushrooms. I'm also trying to eat mushrooms all the time. Princesses, I guess if they're hot. Now, all of these guys have different unique examine texts, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's fun to kind of come here and check them out. I think this is my favorite. This guy's supporting 3 small children, and he's being forced into slavery by Prospector Percy. Poor guy, but it is what it is. Alright, now to close out the video, we're going to do a rapid fire of 5 real quick. Now, the Ring of Endurance, this is an expensive item. I'm not getting that shit for the video, but here's a picture of it. And that examine text is, "I wonder if this helps with ... and ... means nutting too quickly. You're welcome." Headband, any color. A minimalist's hat, very on point. Darkmire, people throughout the city chained up to the walls just to be used as blood water fountains. Not very lucky, definitely agree. This Fremnik agility shortcut, someone bent defense, An ogre standard, not very high. Damn right, dumbass ogres. Cry some more, Grug, you're the one who got wounded, idiot. That's going to do it for the video for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I encourage you to just take a step back and interact with the world. You know, it's easy to get lost in the fact that we're just playing a game here. Like, have a little fun with it. I like doing raids, I like sweating, doing all that crap, but at the end of the day, take a step back and just enjoy yourself a little bit. All those things that you remember as a kid, they're still in the game. They're still there for you to discover, so try it out. Let me know if you know some examine texts that I missed out on. Maybe we can make a sequel here. And if you did enjoy the video, do the things. I don't want to have to say them. I hate saying it. You know what to do. and I will see you in the next one.